Hello, good afternoon and welcome to a brand new week. I waited until there were a few comments on last week's weekly vlog to see what people preferred, and it appears that quite a few of you like the weekly one, so let's keep it as a weekly vlog. I didn't really mention it properly. So last week I was following Weight Watchers No Count. This week I'm following Weight Watchers Flex, which is the tracking. So everything has a point value to it, whether that's 0 points or it's got 50 points to it, it has a point value. And what I forgot to mention as well is that I did a whole blog diary of my week. So on my blog, I can leave a link to this in this one here. I did a week on Weight Watchers No Count, and basically I've listed every meal that I've had there, and it's got a few photos in. It's got what I ended up losing at the end of the week and how I felt about No Count. And I'm going to do exactly the same for Weight Watchers Flex / tracking, whatever it's called, this week, and do a comparison of which plan I sort of prefer the most. At the moment I am feeling I quite liked No Count because I liked the options that were available on it and the fact that I didn't have to count it all. But what I like about tracking is that virtually nothing is off limits, and I can have what I want as long as I just count the points for it. So it's a little bit like this at the moment, but like I say, I've only done a week on it so far, and this is my second week, so I'm still sort of getting used to it. Yeah. So I'm going to watch a bit of YouTube, do my tea, and I'll show you that when it's done. I actually ended up going out for tea with Mum and Dad because we were going to pop to Sainsbury's, and then Mum was just like, oh, we're just going to go to the pub and get something. I was like, okay. So I had chicken, salad and fries. Brought a saucepan. Oh, I've left it. There was a cast iron griddle pan that was reduced in Sainsbury's from £20 to £10, and we've got one at home. It's what I use to cook my chicken breasts and steak, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna have that whilst it's on offer and add it to my box of home things that I've sort of been collecting over the years, ready for when I eventually move out, which I wish was tomorrow, but it doesn't happen like that in the real world. But I'll show you. I've left it in the kitchen. I'll show it you when I get back up again. But I highly recommend those cast iron type of pans. They are brilliant for meat sort of cooking. This is the pan I was on about. So it's pretty weighty. It's cast iron, and it's got the griddles on it. But it's brilliant because you can shove it in the oven. So I tend to, when I cook steak or chicken, heat this up and then put the chicken on, cover it, like seal it both sides, and then shove it in the oven for 20 minutes, and then delish. Just thought I'd quickly show you what I wore to work today before I put my pyjamas on. This skirt, honestly, one of the best purchases I've made. It was from Dorothy Perkins. Is it Dorothy Perkins? Was it? I think it was Dorothy, so it says here. Yeah, Dorothy Perkins. It was from one of those outfit stores, you know, that has like Dorothy Perkins, Topshop, Warehouse, that kind of thing. Anyway, it was reduced. It was like 50% off, and I didn't like it at first, but I've had lots of compliments, and actually it's very flattering considering how I feel. And then I've just paired it with this top which was reduced from Primark, and I wore flats today instead of my heels because I felt like a flats day. But yes, I am going to get my gym jams on now, and I think I'm going to call it a day for Monday. I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, welcome to Tuesday. Tuesday is usually my uni day, but I'm working from home today and then going into work after because we've got like a training thing after work, so I'm going to go in for that. I'm having some breakfast. I'm having 4 Smart Points worth of multigrain boulders, aka Tesco's Golden Nuggets. So I'm going to have some of that with some skimmed milk, and I got myself a green tea to wake myself up. And then I'm going to crack on with some uni work, and I need a shower as well because this is greasy. My hair doesn't stay fresh past a day. It's very frustrating. It also needs a cut. Can you see the how the colour's grown out? You can't read it on camera, but it needs a cut and it needs a dye. So yeah, that's basically going to be my morning. So I'm going to be working from my laptop, and I'm going to get some slow cooker beef on. Well, I'm doing two things. I'm doing like steak pie for those who don't like. The other thing, which is a beef masala. It's a recipe from the Weight Watchers magazine, so I'll show it you and hopefully it goes all right. I've changed the portions a little bit in it because there's only going to be 3 of us eating it, and we don't have the amount of beef that it suggests in the recipe, so I'm just going to change that up. But for now, I'm going to eat my boulders. I did also have a hot cross bun last night from these ones that we brought for 8 Smart Points. Oh, and it was so worth it. I used that from my weeklies, and this is in the boulders. You get quite a good portion because they're actually quite light, which is very surprising but very positive. Okay, so I just had to pop to Sainsbury's to get some garam masala, but I also got these, which are Sainsbury's mini chocolate things. They're about 4 Smart Points I think each, but they'll be nice to have at work for like a sweet treat the middle of the day. Got garam masala and some chives, and I got these as well. You can have 6 for 1 Smart Point, and with a Laughing Cow Light for another Smart Point, that would be like Dairy Dunker dipper things, which I really like, so that'd be great. Right, gonna have some dinner now, have a cup of tea, get the curry thing in the oven, and then I need to go to work. Got sort of carbonara for dinner, so it's bacon, pasta, mushrooms, oh gosh, what else, onion, garlic, and then the sauce, it's made with, I used fat-free Greek yogurt, 1 egg and 17 grams of parmesan, but I've only used half of it, so I'm going to knock down a point for only using half, and eat it all up. And the pasta is 3 points, I think. Okay, so this is how the beef masala thing has turned out. I've done it with rice, just added turmeric or turmeric, however you say it, into the water to colour it. This is what my dad and sister have had, so it's just like beef casserole with rice. And then this is what Mum's got because she can only eat plain food at the moment, so it's like a canteen. Choose what you like. I feel really comfy in what I've been wearing today. I've got my sister's skirt on again, and I've got this jumper that I've had absolutely ages. But yeah, I'm normally in my pyjamas by this point in the day, but I've been very comfortable. But seeing as it's heading on for 8 o'clock, I think I should probably put my pyjamas on because I'm feeling very tired. So I'm going to call it a night tonight. I'm going to put my gym jams on, watch Inside the Factory, and I'll probably fall asleep. I'll see you tomorrow. It's Wednesday. I had a really bad night's sleep last night. I actually fell asleep at like 9:30. It's about 9:30 because I was watching a programme. But then my mum and sister got back late and started walking about the house and was then having their tea. It was about 12:30 I think. So I then couldn't get back to sleep for like another hour, and then it just completely messed my sleeping up. I couldn't get up when my alarm went off, and then I overslept, and it was a big old rush this morning. I've got another stupid fluffy hair growing out. What's all that about? But anyways, I'm home from work now. Yippee. I've just done me a cup of green tea because I'm parched, and I'm gonna have a sit down and then decide what I'm doing this evening. I might be going out with Reese, I might not be, so we'll just go with the flow. There's no one home at the moment, it's just me and Poppy. So okay, I'm just doing some tea. I'm actually just doing this, what I'm gonna eat at the moment, because I did all of those teas yesterday and no one came home and ate them. It was just me and my dad. So I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to do this and they can sort themselves out. Because I'm not slaving away doing numerous meals for people who just don't even eat it. So they can have that for their tea today. I'm doing this bean and lentil chilli from the Weight Watchers magazine. It's 2 smart points per serving, which is absolutely fine by me because that's cool. I don't even know if I'm gonna have rice with it. I don't know if I can be bothered. I just quite fancy like a bowl of hearty chilli, and I absolutely adore kidney beans, so I'm putting a big tin of those in there, and I've got some lentils just boiling away over there, so it should be filling enough as it is without rice, so that's what we're going with. But I've got peppers, onion and garlic chopped up here. Fry that off and then I'll add the spices to it if you're interested. Cumin seeds, green coriander, chili powder, oregano, tomato puree, half a cinnamon stick and paprika. And then add the kidney beans, a teaspoon of honey, I think it is, passata, tin tomatoes and obviously the lentils, which are over there, so it should be tasty. I'm going to be honest with you, I have toyed with telling you or not telling you about obviously what I'm talking about. I've had a bit of a binge yesterday and today with a tub of celebrations, and I'm not proud of it, and I don't know why I do it. I don't know why. I think it's not going to have an impact, and it does. It almost has an immediate impact. Like the next day I just feel really bloated from it. I'm really disappointed in myself, to be honest, because I've been doing great on the whole binging front. I just do it when I'm bored, when I've got time to waste, or you know, when I'm just sat watching YouTube, and before you know it I've got through like 10, 15 of the little chocolates. Yeah, I'm really quite disappointed, but I've done it now, so yeah, there's not much more I can do except for try my very, very best the next week, well, the rest of the week, next week and the week after that, and just continue. This week, the end of this week may be a bit trickier because I'm definitely eating out tomorrow. It's mine and Reese's 7-year anniversary. We've been together 7 years tomorrow, so we're going to Frankie and Benny's because that was the first restaurant, that's the restaurant we went to on our first anniversary, and it's the first restaurant we went to together. So it's not like the fanciest place, but it's got some memories attached to it, so that's where we're going tomorrow. And there's a possibility I might be going for an Indian at some point in the weekend. I'm not too sure though, so it's a bit like that this weekend. But you've also got to say to yourself, how much do you want to lose the weight? It's really difficult, and I've watched people on like Instagram stories and whatnot talk about like the balance of between being a recluse and staying in and losing the weight, or sort of going out and it being a lot of a much slower process. Yeah, so we'll have to see. But for now, that's all out in the open. I feel terribly guilty, but I shouldn't feel guilty. I need to get over that, to be honest. Yeah, and I'm gonna get some kip because I'm really tired. I'm really tired. I'm so looking forward to the weekend to be able to have a lie-in. Really am, because I haven't slept good at all this week. It's not been great. So yeah, I shall see you tomorrow on Thursday.
Good morning, welcome to what I thought was Friday, but it's not, it's Thursday. A fresh start today. Got some shredded wheat for breakfast and a green tea, obviously. I've just got friends on, sort of cheers me up in the morning. I'm absolutely shattered. I've not adjusted to going back to work and getting up again yet. I'm sure by next week I'll be there, but not quite there yet, but I'm looking forward to finishing work today because obviously I'm going to Frankie Benny's with Reese and that's the highlight of my week. How very sad, but I'm looking forward to it, so I'll catch up with you later. Hello, good morning. It is now Friday. I actually wasn't very well yesterday. Just for some reason this heat and shaking and sickness just overcame me, and I left work 2 hours early and I just slept and slept and slept. I honestly don't know what came over me, so I didn't end up going and having my hot wings. I looked forward to it so much, it's like I almost jinxed myself. But I'm feeling a lot better today, which is a good thing. I didn't want to miss a day of work, so I'm glad I don't feel sick. Because of that reason, I'm just doing no count today because it's just easier to grab some things to put together. So I've got crumpets for breakfast and I've still got weekly points, so I'm using those for jam. And then in my lunch bag I've got some crisps, they're 3 points, and then I've got wraps and salad and ham and fruit, banana, apple, satsumas in there, so that's lunch. Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to being back home anyway because I just feel really exhausted, and I don't know why, because you know it's only been a week and a half back at work and I shouldn't be feeling exhausted right now. So I'm gonna eat my breakfast up and get to work and try and catch up with what I missed yesterday.
Silent Hill played King's Theatre in what film series?
The Lord of the Rings series.
Smash.
You know, I knew there was a reason why I didn't put my pyjamas on today, and that is because I watched Jamie and Jimmy's Friday night, whatever it is, and they made this beef pho something. Anyway, I've never had it, but oh my god, it just looks so damn good. I'm going to Tesco to go and get the things that we haven't got so I can make it tomorrow. Tesco's 24 hours, so I'm gonna go there because it's like 9 o'clock. Call me crazy, but whatever. Oh, it was so awkward in Tesco. There was this bloke and woman having a go at these two bakery colleagues because they were emptying like all the breads and pastries and things into like waste bags, and like he was moaning at the fact that, oh, he delivers things throughout the West Midlands and the amount of waste, and there's the homeless and blah blah blah. Is there a manager he could speak to? And I'm thinking, I was trying to choose my noodles at this point and it was a difficult decision as it was, which I'll talk to you about. But oh my god, he just kept banging on and on and on, and I'm thinking, and he was moaning at the manager saying that like it's the government why she has to put the stuff in the black bag, and it's all to do with health and safety and following like policies and rules and to be safe and things like that. And I know it seems ludicrous, but obviously I've worked in Sainsbury's and I had to get rid of a lot of waste, which we all know is perfectly good still, but because of policies etc, we have no choice but to throw it to waste. The good thing about Sainsbury's is they recycle every single thing. I'm not sure about Tesco, but it's not the bakery colleague's fault. She's just following her job and he just wouldn't accept that. I felt really sorry for her because he was really quite intimidating. Yeah, so that was a little bit awkward. Anyways, I've got my things, so I'll show you what I ended up picking. I think I'm going to start the broth tonight so that it can infuse overnight, and hopefully it'll be nice and tasty for lunch tomorrow. Okie doke, just in my room, so I'm going to quickly show you what I got. Look at this hideous spot. Ugh. Right. I did actually pick up two. I looked through the clothing things and I had some reductions. So I got this shirt, t-shirt to wear to bed. It just says sleepover. It's a size 16 to 18, I think. Yeah, but I like baggy things to sleep in, and I'm lacking in baggy things because the tumble dryer keeps shrinking things. So that was reduced to £2.50. So I had that, and I also had this, which was reduced to £5. and it's a nice long baggy jumper. This one's a 12 and it says weekend, if you can't read that already. So I'll probably wear that one tomorrow. But food wise, I got bean sprouts, star anise. I know I want to collect Sainsbury's herbs and spices, but like I said, Tesco is 24 hours, so that's why I ended up going there. And I had a whole, I spent a good 5 minutes contemplating which stock I wanted. Ideally, I'd make my own stock for what I want to make. Is it faux? Whatever. But I can't be bothered to go to the butcher's to go and get bones and do all that malarkey. So I ended up with this Knorr rich beef stock concentrate. So you add... You can either add it direct to dishes. Oh my god, the camera is not having any of this, is it? You either add direct to dishes or you add a tablespoon to 500 ml of water. So I'm going to try that out and hopefully it's got a nice rich flavour to it. Got coriander because I don't like coriander. But I'm trying to wean myself onto it because I know it's a key element for a lot of dishes that I like. And I smelt the bunches of coriander and it didn't have a strong fragrance to it, so they must have like a pretty poor pick of the crop, so I might deal with it okay. But yeah, and then I got spring onions, ginger. I needed the whole bit of ginger, so, and a lime. And then Jamie used these noodles, these udon, I don't know how you pronounce it, but they're like the white noodles. I think they look like worms and I have a fear of worms. Like, you know how people are scared of spiders? I'm scared of worms, and this is why I was stuck looking at the noodles for about 10 minutes, because they look like worms. I was like, oh, I really don't want them. So I was like, do I get egg noodles or do I get these ones, because these are the ones you traditionally have in the dish. Eventually I decided that egg noodles would probably soak up too much moisture, and that's why they probably use these type of noodles. So I went with them. We'll see how it goes, but they do look like worms.
Okay, so in the broth I've got the stock. I've got a litre of stock, 2 star anise, 2 cloves, 2 coriander seeds, a teaspoon of sesame oil, about half a tablespoon fish sauce, and a tablespoon and a half of soy sauce. I think that was it in there. I'm just bringing that to the boil. And then I've had this ginger and onion on the griddle pan on quite a low heat for about 10 minutes or so now, and then I'll add that to that, and then I'll simmer it for a while, and then basically let it infuse all night, and then I'll strain it, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll have a good tasting broth.
Good morning, welcome to Saturday. A Saturday much better than last week because I'm not sat writing a damn assignment. I've been up since I woke up at 7:20 and I've been lying in bed watching Friends ever since, and it's just gone 25 to 10, so 9:30-ish. And I've decided to have a little bit of breakfast now because my tummy was rumbling. I think I'm coming down with a cold again or something, don't know why. Oh, I think it's working with kids. So I've just got some breakfast. I've just had something really quite light. So I've had my multigrain boulders. I can't quite remember. I think it's 3 or 4 points for the measurement that I've had, and it's 1 point for the 100 ml of skim milk that I have. I don't like much milk in my cereal, so it's quite apt for me to keep it low in points. Yeah, so I wanted a light breakfast because obviously I'm having that pho. I honestly don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's P-H-O. I think it's pronounced pho, but whatever. I'm having that for my lunch, so it's kind of like a big lunch. And me and Reese, I think we're cooking tonight. We're gonna cook this thing that we had in the Italy pavilion in Epcot in Walt Disney World, and I've worked out, I've got a couple of recipes for the things and I've worked out the points for it, and it works out at 12 points per portion. Like I'm gonna make 2 portions, so it's quite a high
pointed tea, but I've still got some weekly points remaining, and I still have some fit points if I really needed them. If I really need them, because my week renews tomorrow on a Sunday, but I don't think I will, to be honest, and I don't really want to use them all for the sake of it, because of the fact that I raided the celebrations earlier in the week. So I'm going to eat my boulders, carry on watching Friends for a little bit, and then I would like to tidy my room at some point today. Also, this sleepover top, it's definitely not a 16 to 18, like, it just fits me, if that makes sense. Like, so like, this is it on me. I'm between a 12 and a 14, so there's no way this is 16 to 18. I feel like it'd be very tight, so maybe that's why it was left over and reduced. So I just thought I'd try on the jeans that I had a dilemma with last week. These are the 32, and they actually feel looser this week, which is really strange, but a good thing, because I hadn't set myself to try them on for another week or two. But I'm just trying to style them a little bit, because they are different. I always wear skinny jeans, but a girl at uni had these on and she really rocked them. And also, like, I'm really inspired by the Friends style at the moment, because obviously I'm obsessed with watching Friends at the moment. I've watched them all, but like, I'm re-obsessed with it again. And obviously they all wore mum jeans, so I'm just finding finding it a bit unusual how I look in them, because obviously it looks a lot better, because they're high-waisted, it looks a lot better to show the waist. But obviously I'm conscious about my tum. And also what shoes to wear with them. I've just got boots on at the moment, so as you can see, I'm conscious about my tummy tucking out, but they look quite good at the back. So I think a couple more pounds and I'll probably feel confident in them. I'm not too sure about at the moment though, and I'd like a lot sort of thinner leg, but obviously it's a mum style jeans, so it's not got a thin leg to it. But yeah, I'm just rambling anyway. I'm trying to style them. Yeah. So I'm just cleaning out my sock drawer, because like, who needs a mountain of socks, seriously? And I've got socks from when I was literally in primary school. My mum went through a phase of buying me loads of socks with fish on, or goldfish on, because I won 2 fish at the fair. These ones are funny. I still love these because I got googly eyes. But I spotted another pair. Do these have anything special to them? No. Yeah, she brought me fish socks. If there was any fish DVDs, she'd buy me that. All because I wanted a pet. She said no. I went to the fair with my best friend and her mum and dad, and like, I had a pound or whatever. We went on Hook a Duck, and the prize I chose was a goldfish. So I got my pet in the end. I was like 10, I think, 10 or 11. Yeah, so I think she was basically plaguing me for the fact that I brought a goldfish home. But yeah, I'm just spending my Saturday being really wild. This is what it's turned out like then. It's okay. It's just not amazing. I'm not blown away. I think it's an acquired taste, sort of. I like the bean sprouts, I like the noodles, I like the steak, but I don't like the rawness of the spring onion and the crunchiness and the taste of like pure onion, and I hate this spot, oh my god. So I don't think I'll be rushing to make it again, but I'm glad I've tried it, because I've always wanted to try it when I've seen people have it at Wagamama's. So you live and you learn. Pardon? My camera. Hi, good morning. Sunday. I've been a little bit slack vlogging this weekend, so apologies. I ended up with Chinese last night because Reese's dad asked if he could get Chinese for him and his brother as he was going out. So I ended up having it too, but I didn't really eat it because I didn't really enjoy it. I haven't been loving Chinese for a while now, so that was that. Anyway, good news, I've lost 1.5 pounds this week, which is brilliant considering I was so down about my celebrations incident. But yeah, super chuffed with 1.5 pounds. And yeah, so just had beans on toast for breakfast this morning. I'm just about to head out to the drummer in Reese's band. He and his wife, they had a baby last June, and I'm just popping round to their house, and I'm going to go and see little Zach whilst the boys are at band practice, and then I'm going to come back and get myself sorted ready for the week. I walked in my room and Mum had stuffed this big bunch of lilies in here. I'm like, Mom, have you seen how big this is? Like, if I was to try and write on my desk, they'd just fall all over me. She was like, oh, did they smell nice? I was like, yeah, it smelled nice, but they're a little bit too big for my room. So I'm going to have to pop those in the living room or something. But yeah, so not got much going on today. Just sort of a chilled one. I had pretty terrible sleep last night. It was really quite interrupted. I'm a very light sleeper, so anyone getting up sort of wakes me up as well. So yeah, it wasn't the greatest. This hideous thing is still here. And what else was I going to say? I think I was going to add something else to that, but I honestly cannot remember. So we'll just see whatever else the day brings, which probably is not going to be much. I've decided I'm going to put pretty much all of this into the family cupboard because I just can't be trusted with it in the room. And I had some more chocolate today. I had some of those Cadbury crunchy bite things, you know, like the share cinema bag kind of things you get. And I've just ate way too much chocolate this week, and it's not good for me, and it's just, I need to eat other alternatives instead of chocolate. So I'm gonna go on like a chocolate free spree and choose other things instead of chocolate because it's just not good for me. I don't know where I've developed this chocolate addiction from, because I never used to be into chocolate. Suddenly I am, and it's not good. So I'm going to keep the sugar-free biscuits because they're good to have, and I don't binge on those. I've only had a couple of off the top. So I'll keep those. I'm even going to give away these that I brought in the week. So like the selection pack that I brought for work. So they're all in there. That's the celebrations tin that I raided earlier in the week. This can go. These Thornton's ones can go. This Terry's one can go. What else? These things can go. Santa can go, but I'll have the coffee, thank you. I'll take the coffee off. And I'm just going to take it all in the bag. There's some chocolate balls in there. This is raisins in here, so I'll hold on to those. Cola infused raisins, they're very nice, so I'm going to keep those. Oh. Keep those, and the rest of it, all of this here, is going into the living room. I've just edited, not just, but this afternoon I've edited the weekly vlog, and it's been, I feel like it's been a little bit boring this week, so apologies for that. It's just a bit mundane, sorry. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it quits. Finish the weekly vlog off here. I'll link in both of the blog posts that I've done. It's just details pretty much every meal that I had and my feelings that day. So there's a week on No Count, a week on Weight Watchers Flex. I'll link those in the description box for you, which are on my blog. And I am just going to sort some tea out now. We were meant to have roast beef, but the beef hadn't defrosted in time, so we're going to have that tomorrow. I think I'm just going to have some soup. I've got some Scotch broth. I'll probably just have that because I feel a bit sick from the chocolate that I ate. Yeah, so silly me. But what can we do? Right, I'm going to have a good week next week. Not that I didn't have a good week this week, but I'm going to have a week minus chocolate next week. So I'll see you all then. Bye.